Okay, so welcome to video 2, and in this session I want to discuss kind of something obvious, which is pain. Now this is a really obvious symptom that we all know with endometriosis. The trouble is that when we try and address pain from a natural perspective, we don't quite get what we need to do. There isn't a painkiller that is going to work when you address it naturally. And here's why. If you imagine that there is a wire connected from your brain to your abdominal area, and that wire is saying, hey, there's pain down here, and it keeps sending that message like, a telephone connection. Pain, I've got pain, I've got pain. Now a painkiller will work by literally snapping that cord. It rebuilds itself, which is why the pain comes back, but it snaps the cord, which is why you won't feel pain anymore. I myself still felt pain even when I took painkillers, but for most of us, if we keep taking painkillers, what happens is that the snipping tool becomes kind of weak. It doesn't snip as well, and so that pain message still comes through. Now the problem with this approach is we're not actually addressing the root cause of that pain. We're not addressing why we have pain. So though we might switch off that signal, we need to look a little bit deeper and figure out why there is pain there. And this is where the natural approach is quite different. See, you won't find a pill that can specifically address pain with endo. Yes, there are herbs that will help with your pain, but they don't specifically do what painkillers do because they work differently. Now, the way that a natural painkiller works or a natural herb works is it addresses inflammation in the body. And inflammation is a source of pain. So if you've got lots of inflammation in that space, there are hormone-like substances called prostaglandins, and these guys just fire off that pain signal. But if you can reduce those prostaglandins from releasing, well, you're not going to get as much of a pain signal. So what we want to do is we want to try and reduce those prostaglandins from reacting. And let me just tell you, there are two camps for prostaglandins. There are the good prostaglandins or prostaglandin 1s and prostaglandin 2s. Those are the guys we don't want in our camp. But you can do things to reduce inflammation, which will thereby reduce the release of those prostaglandin 2s. Now, specific things you can do within the natural realm are things like diet, things like movement, things like switching up how you think about your body, the stress that you have in your life, reducing that, of course, looking at what toxins are causing inflammation in the body, and what kind of things create a feeling of being overwhelmed or being alone, being isolated. All of those things in combination create this feeling of inflammation. One of the sayings I love is, what am I inflamed about? What are the things that have made me angry? And releasing some of that. But here's the thing that's different about a natural approach. When you address inflammation naturally, it can take some time. See, inflammation is not an easy thing to figure out. It's not like one little cord that runs from one area to the other that you just snip off. No, there's lots of factors that can cause inflammation, as I've shared with you. So, in some cases, you might find the perfect diet and a supplement that'll solve the problem. But in most cases, from my experience, it can take a bit longer to reduce that inflammation in the body. So our goal and our mission is to reduce that inflammation naturally. But there's a key thing that I want you to know, and I'm going to share that in the next video.